CCTV International.
Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao says the commercial sector will be the focus of the anti-corruption campaign this year. The Chinese mainland slams Taiwan for abolishing its national unification guidelines. Religious leaders in Iraq seek to unite Shiites and Sunnis as tensions escalate following the bombing of a holy shrine. And the Sri Lankan government and Tamil Tiger rebels promise to end all acts of violence against each other. A very warm welcome to this edition of CCTV News. I'm Cam McMurchie in Beijing. The State Council convened a session on Friday underlining the utmost importance of clean governance and anti-corruption efforts for national development. Premier Wen Jiabao said a crackdown on corruption in the commercial sector will be the focus this year. Construction projects, land sales, property transactions, the selling and buying of medical equipment and drugs, and government purchases will be put under the spotlight. The government has vowed to severely punish those who misuse power for their own interests. The mainland on Friday criticized the secessionist activities of the Taiwan Authority, saying it will keep a close eye on the island's separatist activities. It urged closer cross-straits exchanges. Wang Shiqing has the details. Religious leaders in Iraq have summoned Shiites and Sunnis to joint prayer services amid an extraordinary daytime curfew aimed at halting a wave of sectarian violence. The violence has killed nearly 130 people since the bombing of one of Shiite Islam's holiest shrines. Alistair Shuring has more. Israeli soldiers have shot dead 2 Palestinians as they planned bombs along the border between the Gaza Strip and Israel early on Friday. The killings were the latest in a series of clashes between the Israeli army and Palestinian militants, which has prompted vows of revenge by the Hamas group as it prepares to form a Palestinian government. Sources said one of the Palestinians killed overnight was the son of a senior leader and co-founder of the Islamic resistance movement. Shortly afterwards, an Israeli drone launched 3 rockets in the direction of a Palestinian car near an agrarian area, wounding a child and another Palestinian. Israel said the car was laden with rockets to be launched in the direction of Israeli targets, but Palestinian sources denied that. Philippine President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo has declared a state of emergency. The declaration came as people defied a ban on rallying at the Epifania de los Santos Avenue, a shrine to the 1986 People Power Revolt. Shulin Lin has the story. The head of Russia's Atomic Energy Agency has arrived in Tehran to discuss a Russian proposal that is seen as the last chance to avert an escalation in the nuclear issue. Sergei Kiriyenko, the head of the Federal Agency for Atomic Energy, is seeking to win acceptance of a Russian offer to conduct Iran's uranium enrichment as a compromise to resolve the nuclear standoff. Under the offer, Russia would carry out uranium enrichment on its territory for Iran to ensure no material is diverted for a weapons program. India and the United States have continued talks to finalize a landmark civilian nuclear cooperation pact. U.S. President George Bush says he hopes the pact can be completed when he visits India next week. The government will provide India with nuclear fuel as there is a cornerstone of an emerging alliance between New Delhi and Washington after nearly a half-century of Cold War estrangement. Officials on both sides have said they want to hammer out the pact's details before Bush's trip. Disagreements over how India would separate its civilian and military nuclear programs have delayed finalizing the agreement. The deal marks a major policy shift for the United States, which imposed sanctions on India in 1998 after it conducted nuclear tests. And that's all the news for the moment on CCTV International. I'm Cam McMurchie in Beijing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.